Hello, my name is Hamish May, and today I'll be presenting the issue of human rights abuses in North Korea, specifically political and civil rights. Throughout the past decade, the world has learned of the human rights abuses in North Korea through non-governmental organisations, United Nations human rights bodies, and North Korean defectors to the south. While analysing the issue of North Korean human rights, I've chosen to use the capabilities theory devised by Senan Nussbaum as a tool of analysis. This theory captures the predicament of North Korea and how it is a country that is struggling for development and suffering from unfreedoms. This theory determines the freedom of a country not through the income of a country, but by the opportunities the society presents its citizens with. In this way, North Korea can be categorized into an autocratic society because it limits the opportunities for the political and civil rights of its population and therefore has no functionaries in the long run. Combined with the satellite images, NGOs have confirmed reports of prison labour camps which can be categorised as unfreedoms according to Senan Nussbaum, because the country is lacking basic human rights. This is also represented as well as serious other infringements on civil, political and social rights. A strong example of the lack of capabilities that North Korea has is the pressure for the United Nations to change the status quo. In response to the systematic denial of basic freedoms in the country, the United Nations Human Rights Council established a commission of inquiry in 2013 to investigate if there were being crimes against humanity committed and who should be held accountable. Australian academic and High Court Judge Michael Kirby was appointed by the UNHRC to lead an inquiry into the abuses which reported in 2014. However, the government continues to impose totalitarian rule in the country through a military cult leadership led by Kim Jong-un since 2011. This has left the country in a poverty and scarcity of food and essential resources, the biggest problem for the civilian population. The only capability the North Korean people have is to a military life because the country prioritises this field and no other. The issue of North Korean human rights is a difficult one, due to the fact that it seeks to bring about change or development in a country whose very philosophy is resistant to change, and especially change from the outside. It is also difficult to impel other states to take strong action on North Korean human rights, for it is the nuclear issue that usually dominates conversations about the country. Senan Nussbaum described this as positive versus negative freedoms. Although North Korea has ratified 4 key international human rights treaties and technically possesses a constitution with some right protections, they do not. In reality, the government represses all forms of freedom of expression and opinion and does not allow any organised political opposition, independent media, free trade unions, civil society organisation or religious freedom. This is a strict violation in rights, according to Senan Nussbaum again. The government also practices collective punishment for supposed anti-state offences, effectively enslaving hundreds of thousands of citizens, including children, in prison camps and other detention facilities with deplorable conditions for forced labour. These human rights abuses in North Korea are only scratching the surface of this issue, and the problem can only be fully rectified through substantial diplomatic talks with key players within the region.
Created using Powtoon.